All right, well, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to dive into evaluating the health of your wood business, part 3, where we talk about your customer experience and your ability to delegate and manage your team. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back. As always, I'm so grateful for you. I'm glad that you're here. By the way, if these videos are helping you, be sure to let me know. Be sure to leave me a comment below. Be sure to subscribe, like the video. It would help me a lot. In today's video, we want to dive into evaluating your business some more. We really want to work through every aspect of what makes your business and figure out ways to improve. This is one of the most practical video series that I've ever done, and hopefully this is helping you on your journey. So if you have not watched part 1 or part 2 yet, be sure to do that. In part 1, we went over lead generation, your ability to generate leads. Number 2, lead nurture, your ability to nurture and turn those leads into sales. Number 3 was your sales process in and of itself. And number 4 was your fulfillment or manufacturing processes, okay? So in today's video, we want to dive into part 5, which is your customer experience, as well as part 6, which is your delegation and management strategies, okay? So let's dive into part 5, okay? So we're going to talk about customer experience. So what is customer experience? Let's first define that. Your customer experience is the experience that your customer has when they deal with you, when they work with you. Do they have a great experience? Do they have a terrible experience, right? And a lot of times what I see is woodworkers do great work, but they don't offer a good experience for their clients, right? So we want to figure out, how do we improve the customer experience for each of our clients, okay? So we got a couple questions to ask ourselves today around the customer experience. Again, we're going to rate ourselves on each of these questions from a scale of 1 to 10. Cannot rate yourself a 5. And then overall, how would I rate my customer experience, okay? So number 1, first question is, do I offer a warm, friendly, and exciting experience during the first interaction and throughout the sales process? Am I notably enjoyable to speak with? This is one of the things that most people don't think anything about. They just have this like bland, vanilla, transactional discussion with their potential leads. You want to set an incredible first impression. You want to be excited. You want to be friendly. You want to be easy to connect to. You want to find common ground with each client. The entire process to be really fun for the client. You want them to love having worked with you. Am I warm? Am I friendly? Am I exciting to visit with? Or is the person that they're talking to inside of my business, would I say that for them? Are they warm, friendly, and exciting to visit with? Okay, so number 2, do I do anything after they've made the sale to solidify that they made the right decision? What I love about business is this is one of those things that's such a small thing to do, that's easy to do. It's also easy not to do, but it's such an easy thing to do that will improve the customer experience dramatically for your clients, okay? A couple examples that I have of this. Imagine that every time that you bought something, you got a handwritten note in the mail a week and a half later, just from the salesperson that you interacted with. It was just like, hey, genuinely, I really enjoyed our time together. Thank you so much for trusting us with your business. Just want to let you know, it means the world to us. We're a small family-owned business, and we wouldn't be able to put food on our family if it weren't for clients like you trusting us to build your custom table. So thank you for that. We cherish this. We were going to make the most of it, and we're excited to get you your table as soon as it's done. Something like that goes so far. Okay, so number 1, a handwritten note that you drop in the mail and you send to them. Okay, number 2 is maybe a cutting board. Maybe you do a handwritten note with a cutting board. You know, we all have scraps that we can make cutting boards out of. You can make a batch of 10 or 15 cutting boards to hold you over for 2 or 3 months and do it again later, right? Send these clients custom cutting boards. And if you have a brand of your logo, you could brand your logo into it. It's a reminder that they're going to use every day of their experience with you, okay? Number 3, it's a really good and fun creative idea. With every new table that they got, you also gave them a bouquet of flowers as the centerpiece of the table, right? Again, something that you don't have to do, but by doing these things, if you did a decent job everywhere else and you do a great job here, they're going to be excited about the experience, and they're going to be more likely to tell their friends and family. Okay, so number 3, do I communicate clearly and adequately with the client? A lot of us feel like we clearly communicate. A lot of us feel like we adequately communicate, but feedback would tell us. We have a lot of clients that are upset with us because they don't know when their order is going to be done. They don't understand why there's delays. They feel like they're out of the loop, right? And so we have to put processes in place to communicate clearly and adequately with all of our clients. So one of the simplest things that I can give you that will help you is that when we write an order, we always tell them, hey, just so you know, right now we have about an 8 to 10 week lead time. You're not going to hear from me for 8 weeks, okay? So don't be concerned. I've got 50 orders in front of you that we're trying to complete, okay? Now, once we get ready to start on your order, we're going to call you, we're going to reconfirm all the details of this order, and then we're going to give you an idea, an estimate of when we anticipate that order to be done. Also, these lead times are purely estimates. Sometimes we get ahead of our lead times. Sometimes we fall behind them. Machines break, employees are sick and can't come in, and so sometimes our lead times do lag a little bit, but this is a handmade product. We know that you're going to love it once you get it, so we just want to communicate on the front end, make sure that you have clear expectations. Do you have any questions about that? Doing that that at the time of sale is so important, okay? Then, genuinely, before you put their order in production, you need to call them. Hey, Mrs. Smith, just wanted to touch base with you. This is Zach with Iron by Iron Designs. Want to let you know we're getting ready to start your order, and we wanted to just go over each of these details to make sure that we're all on the same page. Is that fair? Yeah, absolutely. So you ordered this table with this finish, with this type of wood, and these chairs, and this bench. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, awesome. We're going to have this wrapped up hopefully by the end of this next week, and we'll be reaching out once we have a really better idea to schedule delivery to you. Is that okay? Sounds great. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you soon. Right? Something like that. So communicating clearly and adequately with the client. Okay. Number 4 is, do I consistently receive 5-star reviews by willing customers that rave about their experience? And if not, what's one step that I can take to improve that? So if you're not consistently getting people that are willing to leave you 5-star reviews, it's probably because you have a poor customer experience. And so we want to improve that customer experience by doing some of the things that I mentioned here today. So again, rate yourself 1 to 10, cannot rate yourself a 5 on each of these questions. And then overall, how would you rate the customer experience inside of your business? Next, let's dive into delegation and management. Okay, so for those of you that are a one-man crew, you're in your garage, you're by yourself, I want you to still listen to this because you may be at a place in your business where you can start delegating some things, you just don't feel like you can. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the process of delegating and management. Now, also, just real quick disclaimer here, there's a book that I've mentioned in the past, I'll mention it again here, one of the best books ever for developing the structure of your business, and it's the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Okay, if you have not read that book yet and you're trying to scale an organization, you're starting in your garage but you want to have a team one day, you need to read that book. It's going to open your eyes, it's going to blow your mind to the right way to scale your team. Okay, so delegation and management. So first question, am I in a place where I can delegate anything that bogs me down? Okay, so if you're making no money, you're not in a place where you can delegate anything that bogs you down. But if you are, let's say, doing, $6,000 to $10,000 per month, you've got a little bit of business coming in, and there's something that you just neglect inside of your business because you hate it or you stink at it, you probably need to start figuring out how to delegate that thing. So that leads me to my second question is, what do I hate doing and what do I stink at doing? Can I delegate any of those things at the moment? For me, when I first started my business, one of these things was keeping up with the books. I stunk at accounting, stunk at bookkeeping, didn't understand it. It was this big, hairy, scary thing. And instead of delegating it, I just stunk at it for the first 4 years, okay, and kept bad records and didn't know what I was doing. It would have been better for me to spend the $100 a month or $200 a month and have somebody that's keeping up with my books and can get me accurate reports so I knew where I stood in my business, okay? Another thing that I always hated doing was sanding. I hated sanding tables, okay? And so what would it have looked like for me to delegate just that portion where I had a guy come in 10 hours a week and he just sanded? I'd made sure that he always had something to sand when he got there, and I was able to focus on the other aspects of my business, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, am I growing this company with a clear plan to delegate and grow the team? Okay, back to E-Myth Revisited. This is the book that's going to give you the plan if you don't have the plan, okay? So, am I growing this company with a clear plan to delegate and grow the team? You need to start thinking, how can I create something big enough that will support other people? So, it's always going to go back to your lead generation and lead nurture and sales processes, right? It all starts there. You've got to sell more to be able to build a team around it, right? And so, number 4, if I have a team, how would they rate my leadership and management skills? And so this is one of the things where it's really good to ask your team, how would you rate my leadership and management skills? How could I lead or manage you better? Just letting them fill out a survey or, giving them something to write on. Hey, this would help me do my job better if we communicated like this or if we did this, right? And then number 5, how can I improve communication and clarity inside of my own team? So a lot of times we feel like we're being clear and we're just not. These are some of the questions that are going to allow you to really wrap your mind around, am I delegating correctly? Am I managing the team that I'm delegating to correctly? And if not, how can I improve upon these things, okay? Back again, for those of you that are just one-man wrecking crews right now, what can I begin to delegate that needs to get delegated? Because number 1, it bogs me down, it wears me out. Or number 2, I hate doing it. Or number 3, I just stink at it, right? So with that being said, guys, make sure that you rate yourself 1 to 10 on each of these questions, and then rate yourself 1 to 10 overall with your customer experience inside of your business and then your delegation and management strategies. So got a lot of resources for you. As always, got the free ebook below. It doesn't cost you anything to check that out. We've had over 1,000 people read it. They've loved it. You'll love it too. It'll help you on your journey. Number 2, if you're trying to get beyond $10,000 per month inside your woodworking business, check out the Handmade Hero Academy program. It's going to help you. Number 3, if you're trying to really scale, really grow, and you already have some structure inside of your wood business, be sure to check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, where we're going to work with you one-on-one to generate your leads for you, help you close those leads, and then help you develop the back-end processes inside your business. So, all right, that's all I've got for you. We'll see you in part number 4 of evaluating your wood business. I'll see you there.